Hello, and welcome back to Big Finish Fridays. Today we're looking at part 4 in the DAVROS series, Guilt. So let's begin. We start with Rol, Davros' assistant, operating on something, with Davros observing him from another room, directing Rol on the procedure. Then we go outside. Athal is detecting for radiation while talking with his command. His job is to affix some bombs to the Khala dome, something that he does very quickly. Then we cut back to Davros and Rol. The creature that he's operating on is reacting, showing brain activity. It's alive. Then we go back to Athal, who's finished priming the bombs and is preparing to withdraw. But before he can, he explodes, being told that his sacrifice is necessary. Lovely lot of Athals. The explosion rings out, with many screams and an alarm being heard alongside it. It turns out that the bombs were placed on a Khalid scientific dome, and mutos are converging on the location for scavenging purposes. Then we cut to said mutos, who are scavenging for food and medical supplies before they hear a faint voice under the rubble. It's Davros, and he's still alive. They get Davros out and he talks to the leader of their band, a man named Baron. That is until the Thals show up and take Davros away, but they take him without his chair that allows him to survive, meaning that he doesn't have very long to live. The Supremo is informed of the bombing, and being told about its lack of survivors, and lack of Davros, with the Supremo wondering if he's finally free of Davros himself. We cut to the Thal base. Davros, now in a cell, is joined by a Thal colonel and Rol, who's not a Thal spy, just sick of his wicked experiments. Must be quite fed up. The colonel is only interested in weapons, and can't think that Davros may only be working on genetic manipulation, but she still presses on, with Davros telling her that he'll die before he tells them anything. But that's not because of his commitment to the Khalids, no, but it's because he will actually die before he can tell them anything, since his chair was left behind. He only has a couple hours to live. After becoming very frustrated at him, the colonel leaves to go talk with her field marshal, and Davros asks for Rol to stay, so he can understand why Rol betrayed him. Then we cut to the Supremo. His team in the Khalid dome intercept a message from the colonel, who lists off demands for Davros' life. 1. They will cease the development of all weapons. 2. The Khalids will hand over all data about said weapons. And finally, number 3. They will release all Thal prisoners. Now these demands are obviously completely ludicrous and cannot be accomplished in the 18 hours the Thals have given them, prompting the Supremo to think of another idea, one involving a familiar security commander known as Nida. Then we cut to the Thal spy from earlier. He's managed to infiltrate the Khala dome and has been caught by a guard. It turns out that the spy is actually Baron, meaning that the Muto invasion was planned by the Thals. The guard walks closer to him, lowering his gun as he believes that Baron is a service technician. This is where Baron jumps in, managing to knock him out and taking his uniform. Then we go to Nida's team, who swiftly take out the Thals, detonating charges and taking Davros with only one casualty, and all in under 2 minutes, showing off his skill. Rol attempts to hold Davros hostage, but Nida's not up for negotiation, taking him out with one shot while he's speaking. After being rescued, Davros begins to hallucinate, finding himself in his old family home's garden, with his mother offering him tea. Then Yavel shows up, mocking him about the real world, which she can't comprehend, being in a dream state. The dream state then continues, with Davros drinking the sweet tea he's offered, and Calcula making sense of what he says about the real world. She calls out to him, which slowly fades into Supremo's voice for a funny moment. He explains that they're still repairing his chair, so he must be tied down to a life support machine. Then Davros asks to speak with the man who saved him, being Nida. He enters, and apparently Nida agrees with Davros that purity is of the utmost importance, being a sort of fan of his. They discuss his rescue and what happened to Rol. Davros considers that Nida could be a valuable asset, sparking a partnership that will change the course of Skaro's history forever. So that's the first half of the story. This is the one where the build-up to Genesis is more apparent, with the introduction of the brilliant Nida and Davros' takeover. Overall, it's a great end to the core DAVROS series, setting up his side in Genesis of the Daleks very well. But that doesn't mean that this is the end of the DAVROS series. As included in the collection is a sort of continuation, being the DAVROS mission. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video as much as I did making it, please consider leaving a like and subscribing down below. I'll leave any links in the description, and plan to do another one next week, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching.